open mics were something that I've been doing for a really long time, and I really did it to get exposure. Atlanta is one of the best scenes to be on in terms of music is concerned. A lot of people get discovered via open mics. It's been going on a long time. We know with the Apache cafes, so I've always been there. But the best thing I like about the fact that I play flute is that most of the times there will always it will only be one flute player.
Right.
So that kind of made me stick out in people's minds. They may not know my name,
right.
And to this day they still may not know my name. But when they see like a black guy walk in with a flute, they know it's me.
Right.
Because it's only.
You talking about that big black dude with the
Yeah,
flute?
yeah, the black guy with the
Oh,
beard.
yeah.
Yeah, the one that looks like a linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The one that knock you out. Okay.
Yeah, he dope. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, So again, they may not know the name, but they know what I do. And so been doing open mics, and doing open mics word of mouth. It works. It spreads like wildfire. So I may do an open mic and somebody will be there and say, hey, well, you think you can come to the studio and do this? My sister's getting married. You think you can play here? My auntie is having a birthday celebration anniversary. Can you come play? Giving out business cards and pretty much just building and spreading the name. All the while, just again, building the professional side. Also this past year, I begun John William Flowers LLC. So I've actually began, like, this is a business now, tax deductible, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
And I continuously invest in myself, whether or not it's buying an alto flute, buying a stand for my flutes, buying equipment for recording, just anything
that's
that
what
goes.
you gotta do, man. You gotta reinvest yourself, man. You can't get your earners in there and waste it on tiddlywinks, man. You got to take your money and reinvest, better equipment, that sort of thing. All right, so, and this is the point of the conversation I've been dying to get to.
Let's get to it.
Hey, man, this that I'm holding in my hand is John Williams Melodic Ascension. This is his first nationally released album. Not EP, not mixtape.
No.
This is his very first album. John Williams, tell me about this album. Tell me about the process in making it.
Well, first and foremost, shout out to DJ Burnwin, David Sweet and DJ Burnwin. Even before we get to the album, I've done work with DJ Burnwin in the past, just studio work, and he called me one day asking me to come up to a studio because he said he wanted me to play on this track that was given consideration for the movie, for the soundtrack for the movie Superfly. And I said, really? Okay, whatever. And I really didn't think much of it. I thought it was just another studio session. Cool. So I went to a spot, and just I'm gonna fast forward. I played or whatnot. He said, Sleepy Brown's gonna be on this. The whole album, Superfly soundtrack is gonna be executive produced by Future. And this particular song, Sleepy Brown, gonna be on featuring Scar and possibly Big Boy. I'm like, really? Okay. Now I'm being from Atlanta. These are big names. I'm like, really? Wow. I'm like, okay. But I'm still skeptical because I'm doing this recording, and then the very next day I'm going to work and do lunch duty. So I'm not. Honestly, I really wasn't taking it as seriously as it was. So I played, and then he emailed it back to me, and then we did that process about 2 or 3 times until he emailed it back to me with Sleepy Brown's part on it. And then I was like, oh, okay, all right then, wow, and I was just awestruck, and I'm still awestruck to know that my instrument, was on the same track as an ATL legend, that being Sleepy Brown and Scar, So again, I'm still pretty skeptical, and eventually I got an email from, I think it was Universal Pictures of Epic Records, like just the studio for
You mean distribution?
for Superfly.
I got you.
Whatever film company,
Right,
Epic.
Yeah.
And saying they sent me a contract and email. I'm like, okay, it's pretty official now. Asking for W-9s and sign off. You see all the different writers, who got credit for the song, and and from there, that really just kind of put me in another kind of light. That gave me, I guess more attention or awareness for other musicians, other producers, or whatnot.
Right.
So again, I say all that to say, shout out to DJ Burnwin, because DJ Burnwin, he is the producer of the entire album. So I mean, without him, it would not have it would not have been done, at least the way it was, and I'm grateful for it.
Okay, so you got 7 tracks on here.
Yes, sir.
How'd you come up with the name Melodic Ascension?
When you think about the music making process, some people are driven by lyrics, some people are driven by melodies, some people are driven by the bass line, just the beat, the rhythm. I mean, it's just think about the next time you listen to a song, what are you drawn to the most,
Right.
When you're hearing something and you hear like a melody or whatnot, do you remember it 5 minutes later, 2 hours later? Oh, okay. And if it sticks to you, then you may be melody driven, so me being a flautist, I just tend to, I love the bass, period, but I tend to create melodies, and it comes a little easy to me, especially when I'm just, kind of freestyling in my classroom, and creating those melodies in the way, so you have those melodies, and then I think about the way I want my career to go, ascension, meaning up. Melodic melodies can be ascending, going up, or they can be descending, and the way my career is going, the way I'm a natural melody creator, it's melodic. I feel I'm melodic, and I'm going up. Melodic ascension.
Dope. I see you got another ATL legend on here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you want to talk about it real quick, man? I'll let you talk about it, man, because we done all grew up on this dude here.
Oh, Liberation. Oh my goodness. ATL, and the list goes on and on. Big Rube.
Big Rube, shout out Big Rube. You want to get a message, shout out. Pop on this solar moon, man, with that Big Rube. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Shout out to the Dungeon family, man. Dungeon family, Sleepy Rico. Big Rube, man. He actually, honestly, I just reached out to him.
Okay.
I reached out. It was on Instagram, and he markets
social media,
himself. Social media. He markets himself, and then in my mind, I said, why not?
Right.
It's ATL legend. That particular track is my kind of like my neo soul vibe that I had on it, and when you have somebody with the timbre of a Big Rube's voice is raspy and it's kind of heavy and deep. It forces you to listen, to the message that he's portraying. So that in contrast with the airy and kind of, I guess, lighthearted fashion that a flute can sound like, it was just like the perfect marriage of sound, between the two. So Big Rube, so I reached out to him and he agreed. He gave me the price. I agreed, and I can still remember the day that he asked, because when I first called him, he didn't pick up. But I left a message. I just went to voicemail, and he called me back. I was in the faculty meeting, and I jumped up, and everybody was looking at me like I was crazy, because again, Big Rube is calling me.
I'd have been like, we put this meeting on hold. I need to talk to Big Rube. And then we can get back to, all right, so then we get back to these chilling.
Man, so I mean, and I told him, I said, I like just talk about love, your what you think about it, you can draw from your experience, he created his own verse, got that to me, recorded it, that's
So
how it came to be.
7 songs. I know they all like your children. Which one is your favorite?
My favorite is Westview. Westview is my favorite.
Yeah, Westview is dope.
Westview, if you listen, it has like just kind of a somber tone, a little melancholy, it's at the end. When you think about, life, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, that's why I said the end of the album, because it's kind of, it has a fatality, a small morbid fatality kind of feel when you listen to it. I know when you said it reminded you of a New Orleans kind of wet funeral procession, and that is the kind of, the vibe that you get from it. That was one of the first melodies, that I created. Party on Peachtree Street, that was the first one. Westview was, Westview was the second one, and it's one of the ones that it just stuck to me. It didn't go anywhere, and I. And so, it has a sad sound to it. So,
man, that's dope, man. You see how he just picked up the flute, man, and just went in.
That's That's what you put some melodies to it. You know, the horns. You know, I played all the horns on there. There's some trumpet on there in the end. Got my feet wet. You know, with a little trumpet on there.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. So, what does the future hold for John Williams?
No, Lil Wayne, man. No ceilings, man. There's no ceilings. There's no stopping. It's just gonna keep going. Right. Honestly, if you would have asked me if I would be here 3 years ago, I would have said not even. Mm-hmm. Just start waiting. Just do it. I mean, and that's the vibe. Well, that's the message that I give myself and I give to other people when asked about, you know, doing something like this, because out of all of the music educators, you know, I've spoken with, they all perform and they want to do something like this. So a lot of them, you know, they give me kudos because I did it. Mm-hmm. I didn't wait, you know, I didn't keep putting it on the shelf and keep putting it off. And, you know, I'll do it next week, I'll do it next. Nah, I mean, just like the average college man. I do it now, no, wait, you know, right now, you know.
The guys made us feel so bad on so many different days.
And that's what I did. So to answer your question, what's next? I already have concepts for, you know, the next album. I actually already have an artist in mind who I want to do the cover, you know, abstract artist.
Are you working with any other groups, like on special guests on any other songs? I know you said you had a joint with Boys Who Cry.
Yeah, definitely Boys Who Cry. Shout out Boys Who Cry. Just did a guest feature. You know, their song had a great time. Tallahassee, Florida was going on. Shout out Tallahassee, and pretty much any other artist who, you know, hits me up and wants the flute vibe or flute sound, then just holler at me. I'm not difficult to get in contact with at all. You can literally, like, I don't hate to sound so cliche, but you can just hit me in my DMs, and I mean, if my
that sounded very cliche.
It does, you know. But that's all you have to do. And if my schedule is open, if it allows, it's 85 to 90%.
Man, he said he down, man. So, man, get the flute, man. It changes the track. I'm trying to tell you, man. Get the flute sound on it, man. Don't believe me, ask Future. You know what I mean? Ask J. Cole. Ask all the big boys now. They got the flute sound on. Holla at them. Okay, that's enough because I don't want to pay for that song. I ain't got mine. I do not own the rights to the song that he just played.
At all. Neither do I.
Man, but with that being said, this brings us to the end of Conversations with Leroy E. I've been here with John Williams Flutes, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man.
And this has been my first show, Conversations with Leroy E., my very first show. This has been a long time coming, sitting down, talking to this young man. I'm super proud of him. John Williams, Melodic Ascension. You can get it anywhere. You can get a physical copy if you want to, but you can also get it at all your streaming services, Apple Music, Pandora. You can go to Tidal, Spotify, anywhere. Pick it up, man. Google Play. John Williams. I'm knocking down the CD. My bad, Shawty. Don't hurt me. Again, Conversations with Leroy E. John Williams. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.